Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Successful Salon Team Training Room Facebook group broadcast this morning. How are we all? Drop me a message. Let me know you're here. I love to see all those little messages come in and say good morning to people. It brightens up my days. What have we all been up to? We're getting ready to gear back up now. I've started to notice a massive change on, excuse me, not Corona, a massive change on the amount of, good morning, Genevieve, amount of education coming through now. It's starting to dwindle off and stop, where people are beginning to get ready to go back to work. So are you ready? Do you feel ready? Morning, Deanne. Hi, Heather. Do you feel ready to go back to work, guys? It's not long. Drop a comment in the comments box to let me know if you will be opening up on the 15th of June. Morning, Tracy. In order to be able to sell retail, I'm going to be opening up the front of my shop, and I've planned on putting a partition across so that nobody can go in past the reception desk. Sanitization stations ready to go. And we will be opening up for retail, but that will allow me to see people in for skin tests, which is just going to help me so much. Morning, Jackie. Morning, Jane. Hi, Nikki. Hello, everybody. I love seeing all your names. It's such a shame I can't see your faces. Like, we should do some stuff on Zoom so I can see everyone. Heather, little scared. I know. I think our teams are really scared too. I'm scared. I'm scared that everyone's going to go back and forget about their Instagram and not post, and then they lose followers and they're losing traction, and all sorts is going to happen to your account. So that's why I did that little exam the other week by not posting for a month, just to see what happens. Morning, Lewis. So that I could tell you all, truthfully, this is what happens if you don't post for a month. And the result was losing 300 followers. So, you know, and the engagement, my engagement rate when I start posting again, because I haven't got my account, my Plannerly done yet. That's today and tomorrow. So my engagement rate is what I'm next looking at. So when I start posting again, quantifying how many people those posts go out to and whether I ever get on the explore page. And, you know, I think I'm going to be penalized for quite some time for doing that little experiment, but hey, at least I can feed all this back to you and let you guys know truthfully what happens. Heather, not of Corona but of hair horrors. Yeah. Oh, I feel very ready, and we'll be opening on the 15th of June for skin tests, and fingers crossed fully open on the 4th of July. Yeah, Tracy, me too. That's my plan. Morning, Jackie. Yeah, fingers crossed. That's how it's going to happen, all nice and smoothly. It gets me, in my head, it gets me used to a new routine, because I will be getting up and going into work. I am not going to open the salon until 12 because I do these broadcasts at 10, and I can't be doing a broadcast in the salon and then be like, oh, hold on a second, guys, I've just got to sell some Paul Mitchell super skinny serum. That won't be funny. So I'm going to open from 12 until 5 every day, so that it gives me the opportunity to do this with you guys, and then move on down the road to them. Genevieve, we can't open in Wales yet. Nightmare. I know, you were saying on a Zoom masterclass the other night that Wales is like 4 weeks behind us, so they're still on full lockdown. And they've got no idea as to when they're going to be open again or anything. So I really feel for you, especially when you start seeing the world go back to normal, or the rest of England go back to normal, and then you're still confined. I think that's going to be really hard for you, because you're just going to want to get out there. Are we allowed to skin test from the 15th? Honest answer, don't know. Don't know. I'm just doing it because if they can come in for retail, then they can come in and have a little blob of something stuck behind their ear. Quite frankly, I can't see the huge difference. But if you want an honest answer, don't know. Check it with your council. I'm still waiting for mine to get back to me. But I have it in my head. I'm doing it. I'm manifesting it. I'm believing in it. The fact that it's happening. So fingers crossed, yes. But honestly, don't know. Okay, I'm going to do some Instagram content ideas. Yeah, one thing I won't do is lie. So if I don't know, I don't know. And it literally, I don't know, but I'm manifesting it. It's coming for me. So yes, you're welcome. And I'm going to share some Instagram content ideas with you today, because I think we get stuck in a rut about posting the same things. And I noticed when I was working on the obsessions Instagram for the month yesterday, I plan things out so it's different, and I know what I'm talking about in each week, and I shared that in my mastermind content creation group on Monday. I shared all the plans and everything that I put together, and it's quite in depth, so I know what I'm talking about, but it seems to be the same: story, post, IG live, IGTV live. So I've gone in search of some great tips that I can just quickly bring to you from somebody else's mouth, because I think people people hear things differently from different people, and although I haven't got the person in the room to be able to give it to you, I'm going to give you their take on different contents. And I'm going to just share with you some great ideas that this guy Hugh Stevens, he works for a company that is called business to community, so B2C, which normally stands for business to consumer or business to customer, but he is all about business to communities, so bringing the business side of stuff into communities of whatever, hairdressers, different industries. So I'm just going to share my screen and go over to 11 of Hugh Stevens' content ideas to spark life into your feed. I truly believe that, Mandy Masters, who's on the call, taught me this many years ago. People learn so differently in many, many different ways, whether that be that they're nature smart and they need to go outside to learn stuff. I was never nature smart. I've started to become nature smart, because when I want downloads and I need to process ideas and get creative, I do that in two places. I do that on a walk with my dog and nobody else, just me and her, and I allow my brain to be free enough to think, because if you can imagine, my brain's like the whole time. So that's nice to be able to just chill. In the shower is another great place, with that nature of water hitting me, and when I'm in the shower, I'm always talking through my gratitudes. It's just part of my morning routine, and when I start to think about what I'm feeling grateful for and feeling that water on my skin, just ideas come to me. Just really weird. And the other place I do it, but I can't do it right now because they're closed, is in the gym. And don't laugh, but I walk on the treadmill uphill for my cardio, because I don't like running. I walk uphill and I read a book whilst I'm on the treadmill. So I'll have my book in my hands and my highlighter on the bit of the treadmill, and I'm like but I've got this book in my hand the whole time, and then I'm like underlining, writing all over my book. Everyone walks in the gym, it's right at the door as you come in. They're like, what are you doing? I don't know, but I get some amazing downloads, and I'm on that treadmill when you can't write it down on a piece of paper or something, so I have to have it all with me. Anyway, and then there's picture smart, there's word smart, there's all sorts of different smarts that people learn from. And one of the things is different voices. Mandy Masters came down to be a different voice in my team just before lockdown. Literally, I think it was the week or 2 weeks before lockdown, to deliver some training to my team. And it may be things that my team had already heard from me, but hearing it from her voice in the way that she says things means that my team absorbed it more. So rather than me writing how I write and speak to you how I speak to you, I've picked up something from Hugh Stevens to give you his take in his words. So 11 Instagram content ideas. One of the things you can be doing is starting a challenge. These work really, really well. Now, they can be between 7-14 or 30 days. And I feel 30 days is a huge commitment. So if it's the first time you're running a challenge, I would potentially just do it for 7 days to begin with. But it's a good way to stay creative in the longer term. And is the good way to stay creative in a longer term is to pick different themes that last more than a day. So for instance, the 7-day moisture challenge. or the 7-day hair mask challenge. So it could be that on day 1, we teach them how to do a really deep cleanse with shampoo 2, so taking out all the impurities from the products, all the build up from the products that they've got in their hair, really stripping it back to a clean canvas. On day 2, we teach them how to apply a mask. On day 3, we teach them the importance of then using a surface conditioner afterwards to close down the cuticle. On day 4, maybe that first mask we did was a moisture mask. On day 4, we talk about a protein mask and the benefits of that and how to apply that, and going over how to put that on the hair using a surface conditioner afterwards. Then maybe day 6, we talk about, you know, pop in a plastic bag. I use a Tesco's bag, don't tell anyone, and a hot towel out of off the radiator or out of the tumble dryer on it, and what that does when the mask's on to open up the cuticles. So can you see where I'm going with this? Like, just a 7-day, stick with me for 7 days and learn a thing. Or it could be something like, for me, I would run an Instagram story challenge. So every day you are to post a story, and I'm going to pick 7 subjects on which to post in your salon, and we're all going to do the same thing on day 1. We're all going to do the same thing on day 2. Tag me in it so I can see you've done it. Okay. So whatever that challenge looks like for you, you can start your own idea of a branded challenge based on the industry you are working on. It could be a running challenge or a cooking challenge, or simply anything that would be of interest to your audience. Maybe the first week you go back, you do a water drinking challenge. So you're posting about making sure you drink 2 litres of water in a time that is just absolutely hectic. And you can get all of your clients involved in that. You know, let's hydrate our bodies more. Let's all together drink 2 litres of water a day. One of my friends is running a water drinking challenge. It's actually really good, because every time it pops up on my feed, I'm like, damn, where's the water? I need to drink more water. And it's making me healthy, which I mean, when we're not in lockdown and I'm in the gym, I'm on 4 litres of water a day. Lockdown, my body's gone, literally looks like a prune. Anyway, the most common challenges last 7, 14 or 30 days. It's up to you to choose the ideal time frame that works best for you. Just realised I can actually make this bigger. There we go. You can probably see that better now. Okay, number 2, share long captions to tell a story. For those of you that were in the caption creation masterclass on Monday, you honestly all did so well. Like, instantly, as soon as I opened the group and put you all in there, you were like, bam, I'm going off, I'm doing this, I'm working on it, this is amazing. I'm so proud of every single one of you. Well done. Tag me in your posts when they go out, please, so that I can see what you're doing and offer help and tips if you need them, but I don't think you will. So Instagram may be a visuals first platform, but the captions you include in posts make a huge difference to your engagement. Many brands have managed to stand out by using storytelling in captions and taking their followers on a journey. Combined with a powerful image, such captions can bring a new life to your content. Just take a look at this example. So I have created, we'll just come out of here. I have created this, which is, I don't know if you can see it. It's a form that will be going onto reception. So who are you and why did you visit? Why did you choose obsessions? Most loved benefits of obsessions, end result and why it worked, and then your Instagram handle, Facebook name. Now this is a form that's going to be going into the client's hands, so that I can start writing their story in their words, which is so powerful. When your clients see you including them in the community and telling their story the way that they've written it, they feel like they're writing like little mini blogs for you. And although we've shared client wins and client stories many times in my business, it's always been me that's been writing it. And I want to get more of their words that they would be using. So these would be going out to my ideal Sues, my ideal clients, my Sues. And so that I can just really home in on words that they're using and just strengthen that a little bit more, and tell their story, because, you know, everyone likes to tell their story at the end of the day. Okay. The next, number 3 thing that you could do in your content to spark life into your feed is add creativity to product promotions. So it's okay to promote a product or service on Instagram, of course, but you don't have to do it in the same way that everyone else does. You don't have to just post a product's photo. Instead, you can push the creative limits, display pictures showing specific product features, or create a video of the product in use. Add humour to it if possible. There really are no limits. So it could be that you're focusing. I mean, Olaplex do this really well. They show the benefits. They give you pictures that you can use of the internal cortex of the hair and what it looks like and what their product does and how that looks like in a scientific way. So maybe if you was spending a week posting on Olaplex and the benefits, you know, there could be pictures of the Olaplex products that you could break down. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That would give you 5 days. You could do a video on Olaplex being used at the basin, at the wash house, and how amazing that looks and feels. You could do a standalone treatment. You could show it being put into a bowl of colour and then do a video talking about the benefits of you putting it in colour or the benefits of you putting it in bleach. Then you could show the scientific pictures behind it. You know, you could make Olaplex go on for 2 weeks if you wanted to. All right, and you post the same, like you posting it on the story, you do an IGTV so that it's lengthy, you do static posts, you do video stories, you do static stories, like you really chop and change it up so that people that, like I went back to Mandy teaching me how people learn, you know, some of them want to see a picture, some of them want to hear your voice, some of them want to see a moving picture, but they won't have the sounds on their phone, so you need to caption the video that you've taken so that they can see the key points that you're talking about in the video without the sound being on. There's lots of ways that we consume content now, and we need to make sure that we are covering every single way for everybody that's viewing our platform. Number 4, share an interview through stories. Now, all your Instagram content ideas have to focus on your feed posts. So Instagram stories is a great way to help you highlight your authentic presence too. A good way to come up with new content ideas is to invite others to your stories. Interview someone like an influencer or a client or a co-worker. The story can get great content without necessarily needing too much editing. I don't edit anything or planning on your part. So it could be that you're doing a week where you're focusing on meet the team. So each day you could go live and interview the team on your stories. So you can when you go live on Instagram, you can choose to have somebody else come into your live. You can invite somebody else in. So you can invite them in on their phone and you can be on your phone and you can interview your team member about, like, what's your favorite part of working here? What's the most amazing hairdressing you've ever done? What do you love to create when you're working? Get to know that co-worker, that stylist a bit more, and then keep it so that it can go down onto, if you save it, then you can put it onto the highlights as well and create that journey of getting to know the team on a highlight section. So that's really a really good thing to be doing. Number 5, post a longer video on IGTV. So you don't have to just do a 1-minute video story or a 1-minute video post. You can post something longer over on IGTV. I'm using it quite well in Obsession Salon at the moment because I sent a massive survey out to all of my guests, and I am answering the questions that they've come back with in the survey, all around how we're going back and what we're doing. And so I'm doing it live, but then you get the option to turn it into an IGTV. So people that are on the platform can watch me live deliver it, and then I save it down onto an IGTV, and I've made it into a series. So there's an IGTV series on my account that's all going to be just answering these questions. I think I've done 2. What are we, Wednesday? So yeah, I've done Mondays and Tuesdays. Today I will go in again and do the same thing, but answer a different question. So I think we need to think about breaking stuff down. I don't want you to think about, okay, so today I need to talk about PPE and that just be one talk, which just you blah, 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 blah. You break it down. So, okay, let's talk about hand gel on day one. Then let's talk about masks and how we're wearing those and give a tip. I think yesterday I did masks and I was saying about how to take them off rather than just ripping them off and COVID dust going everywhere. Did a little bit of training inside of that as well, teaching people how to take their masks off, which was something that was shared in the 365 Salon owners and managers group, which was just amazing content. It gave me something to then go away and talk about. So whenever you see content anywhere, you just think, like, even if it's just a road sign, I walk down the road sometimes and I'm like, I could use that. That's content. Just take a photo of it. And then I remember when I get home to plot that in on my plan somewhere. So IGTV, did you know that your longer videos can also be shared on IGTV too? Instagram's sub product is focusing on longer videos and it can make a great addition to your video strategy. Instagram want to take over YouTube. They want to be the next YouTube, and that's why they focus in on videos at the moment. And that's why they give a lot of weight behind videos. So if you're posting videos, you get more engagement on your Instagram profile, which is why every single day I cover all three. I go live so they can see that I'm giving live educational content. I do video stories so they can see that I'm educating and keeping people on my story for a minute because they have to watch the whole thing. And that goes into 4 parts. And sometimes I do 2 of those, so it's 2 minutes. And then I'm doing an IGTV too, so they can see that I'm really behind them on helping them take over the whole video thing. So they reward me massively for doing that. And that's why I post stories that are me talking every single day. Not all videos have to be short. If you want to share a story, a longer video can help you get your message across in a more structured way. I shared with all my guys in the content creation masterclass the other day the power of stories. Like, everyone learns better by feeling a story and understanding it more. For instance, if you were a hitchhiker standing at the side of the road with a cardboard sign that said Nashville on it, like, you would stand there all day, especially if you were a guy. Like, I wouldn't stop and pick you up. I'd be too worried that you were going to be a murderer and you were going to kill me inside of my car, or you were going to steal my children, or I just wouldn't do it. I would drive past you. But if that guy stood there with a cardboard sign that said, going home to mum's for Christmas, Nashville, he would get picked up almost within the first 30 minutes. Somebody, probably a truck driver that is a man, that's a little bit safer, would pick him up because he's told the story. So we really need to focus in on telling the story behind our brand and behind what we're doing and behind what we're posting every time. Hence why I created that sheet to give my clients, so that they're selling their story. When they're selling their story, they're going to share it on all of their social media, which is doing the heavy lifting of the marketing for me. Number 6, get creative on with your photo grid. Your Instagram content ideas shouldn't be limited to posts at an individual level. In fact, you can bring creativity to your overall presence on the social network. Take your Instagram profile, for example. The profile offers a quick introduction of your brand and your products and delivers the first impression about you to your new visitors. You can work on your profile's aesthetics and then use that style in the visual feel of your post as well. So thinking about how the top part looks and getting the bio right, and the stories and the your logo and your insights down the bottom. By getting the feel of that, it almost then allows you to get together a feel of what you want to show up underneath. Many brands play with their grid and how their photos look like when combined, making their profiles stand out. You can even create one bigger picture through 9 individual posts if you want a brand's product to differentiate from the competition. Now, I don't advocate doing that. Not that there's anything wrong with it. However, once you have done it and you've put together 9 pictures to make one big picture, and I've seen it done and it looks lovely, like it can look really artistic and beautiful. However, every time you then post, you have to post 3 pictures, because otherwise if you post one, they all move down and it distorts. So you've got to then keep, through every single post has to be 3 pictures, which is just a pain in the arse. So if you want a pain in the arse, go ahead and do it. Basically. Number 7, plan an Instagram stories takeover. I love this one. Have you ever considered running an Instagram takeover? One reason to launch it is that it can help you generate great content from internal or external collaborators. So, for instance, let's say you do Paul Mitchell products. Then you could actually have someone from Paul Mitchell take over your Instagram for the day, or take over your Instagram for the week and post every day on your stories and create great content for you. You can invite different team members to take over your account for the day. That I got that into a dance group, a dance school that I've been helping, because I help a lot of different industries with their Instagram. I've got a lot of different clients from all over the walks of life. And the dance school, I got them to give each student a day of taking over Instagram, because these kids are so good at getting it out to other kids, right? They know what hashtags to use, if any. They barely use any. They know what content to put out, because it's the content that they want to see and that other children are looking at. So I did a strategy with the dance school that I was helping, and each day that they were in, a different child got to have the Instagram account on a separate phone, and they were posting the pictures and the stories for that day. They were allowed to do a post, and they were allowed to do as many stories as they like. That dance school got sold out. It became so popular because, of course, they are telling all their mates, they're tagging in all of their friends that don't go to the dance school, because they want everyone to see what they've created and what they've done. And now you've got children that are in all different schools tagging all their different mates in the local area. And now everyone wants to become part of that dance school, and it become full. So the strategy is so amazing. And you could do it with your clients. Like, get your client, somebody that's in the salon for the day, that's having a longer service. Would you like to take over our Instagram account for today? Post as many pictures as you like, do as many stories as you like. And they feel part of what you're doing. They post creative content that they would like to see, which gives you an indication of what your clients would like to see. They tag in all of their mates, because they want their mates to see that they've done this quirky thing in Obsession Salon, and like, they get you out to lots of people. So it's a really good strategy. You can invite different team members to take over your account for a day, or you can give access to influencers and partners for a change, which, by the way, may make up for a good influencer marketing strategy. So if you've got an influencer that comes into your salon, oh my bloody God, please get them to take over. Like the guys in where was I last? Was it Pruners? You've got some influencers that already use your salon. So get them to take, every time they're in, can you take over our Instagram account for today? Like, just post whatever you like. And they would love to do it, because that's their thing, right? They feel like they're helping you. That's their thing. And the strategy can deliver some amazing benefits for your brand. First of all, you get to see new content shared without having to actually create it. You can also reach a new audience that was already following the person taking over your account. Not to mention that with a takeover, you get to break the routine, and that's something your followers would certainly appreciate. Keep in mind, you still need the takeover to be consistent with your branding. Make sure you share your brand guidelines and posting tips with anyone taking over your account. So your core values and beliefs inside your business, I would most definitely tell them to the person that you are allowing to take over your Instagram account. You know, if no swearing is really important to you, then just give that little guideline, so that you can eliminate destroying your brand reputation. Number 8, post a user-generated content. Your followers can be great contributors to your Instagram content strategy. Sharing user-generated content can bring you closer to your followers. They get to connect with your brand while you're exploring new content opportunities. But there's a catch. For the user-generated content to work, you need to provide your audience with a strong direction on what you're planning to share. Start by actively asking users to share their ideas with you. Also, encourage the sharing of user-generated content through constant branded hashtag themed post. So use all of your normal hashtags that you use, put them on absolutely everything, make sure it's on brand. But it's a good strategy to use. So sharing user-generated content, other people's content, basically. Number 9, keep up with what's happening. The best way to create relevant content ideas for Instagram is to keep up with what's happening in the world. Imagine ignoring coronavirus and sticking to your content calendar the way you planned it months ago. It may have worked, but you could have also missed an opportunity to show your followers your human side. Now, the reason why every business jumps on something that happens, like when the baseball player, I can't think what his name was now, I want to say Cody Bryant, when he passed away, every business commented and gave their condolences. When coronavirus struck, every business got involved. With the whole Blackout Tuesday, every business got involved. It's an opportunity to show your human side, and businesses need lots and lots and lots of opportunities to show their human side, because that's where we build heartbeats and connections, is when we show our human side. In the time of crisis, changing your Instagram content strategy proves that you can be agile enough to respond to anything that's happening, and your followers tend to appreciate this. For example, sharing tips on how to stay healthy and safe at home can lead to increased engagement in the short term, but also improved brand loyalty in the long term. Anything with social marketing is the long game. Like, you don't just rock up one day, get 20,000 followers, and bam, you're an international superstar and your business is full. It's always the long game. Like, people might not be ready to buy a haircut right now, but when they are ready to buy that haircut, it's you that's rented a space long enough inside of their head for them to pick you. Oreo did this absolutely amazingly, and I don't know how the hell they pulled it off, but they were sponsoring the Super Bowl in America, in New York, and all the lights went out. Like, it was complete blackout in I can't think I've been there as well. I went and watched ice hockey. Anyway, the big thing in New York. So all the lights went out. I think it was basketball actually that was playing, not Super Bowl. And so it was basketball, all the lights went out, the whole stadium blacked out. They couldn't continue playing. Everyone was sat in their seats, like, can't see what they're doing, don't know what to do. All the phone lights came on. And instantly, Oreo put out this, I think it was a tweet that went out, because everyone in America is quite tweety. They put this tweet out about how Oreo's lights don't go out like the basketball, and they did this like huge campaign on social media that was just so responsive. It was so cool, and their sales went up stupid amounts. I don't know whether they did a TV ad. I don't think they would have had the time to have got that up and running, but they were so responsive. And that's the speed of lightning that we need to have. If you see something going on, you need to respond to it very quickly so that you lead the way and then everyone else follows. And number 11, did we go to 9 to... Oh, we don't have 10. I've lied to you this whole time. We've gone from 9 to 11. So sorry. Share your tweets in an Instagram friendly way. How many times have you come across a funny tweet wondering how to share it on Instagram? What if a customer sent a happy tweet that you want to share with your Instagram followers? A simple screenshot is not enough for your Instagram aesthetics. You can still share a creative version of the tweet, though. And that tweet in our industry could be a client recommendation or a client review. Okay. There are many apps that help you turn your tweet, recommendation, review into an Instagram post in just a few steps. It's an easy way to repurpose your content without ruining your brand's Instagram grid. Now, I had a massive problem with this. I wanted to post my reviews on my grid because I get some lovely reviews for all the girls, some really lovely words, and it's nice for them to see it as well. But I don't like doing it because it ruins my grid and it literally does my head in. So going back, we've decided that we are just going to have them on the stories and then onto highlights. I'm not putting them on the grid. And I've tried in Canva to make it look all pretty as a quote, and it never looks right because my grid is all hair, which is really annoying. So we're just going to do it as a story and then down as a highlight. So you literally, and I think that works better because then they're not sifting through the grid looking for reviews to see how good you are. There is an actual, there is a part, that a page almost, that they can click on and just click through and see all of the reviews that people are saying about you. And I wouldn't just post the 5-star stuff. I would add in a few lower ones if you have them, like the 3 stars, just so that they can see you're not just posting the best stuff, because that shows your human side. That shows, you know what, sometimes we get it wrong, and that's okay, because then we make sure we get it right the next time. So don't just post just the stuff that you want people to see. So I'm going to come back in and see if anyone's got any questions for me. Is there any questions? Anyone got anything they want to ask about that content before I leave you all to it? Mandy, love you too. On a crusade. Mandy's got me on a crusade about people learning how to educate in different ways, and it's really helped me when I've been putting together this broadcast and coaching. And that's why I could just literally read off my slides and talk to you and tell you what I'm coaching, but visual people won't learn. They need to see the slides, and some people need to download stuff and they need to print it off. And so yeah, she's got me on this like little crusade. So has anyone got any questions? I'm going to give you 2 or 3 minutes just to get them in if you have, and then I will answer them for you. There's nothing coming on at the minute. My movie is great. I think you mean iMovie. Has that been auto corrected? Yeah, iMovie is great. I used that when I was making the videos for Find Your Sue to put on my online learning center. I did the videos. I took the videos while I was coaching in my closed Facebook group. So at the beginning of the video, it's like, and so when I say really weird shit that you think, what the hell is she going on about? That's because I'm videoing this for my online learning center. And that's why you guys have got this at a cheap price. So I had to cut that first bit out every morning, and then the last bit where I'm answering questions. And yeah, so we would cut all of that out, and iMovie was amazing for that. Oh, here we go. It's playing me up. It's telling me I've got new comments, but it's not telling me what those comments are. Oh, no, My Movie app. Okay. I don't know what that is, so I'll download that and have a little look today. Thank you so much. I've learned a few things today. Great, Karen. That's it. That's what I love. I love you just showing up, learning a few things, and then that's it. We're done. Right. So today, if you haven't got a plan of action to get back into the first month, then could you just spend a few minutes just writing down some ideas? And then if you've got a diary, that you can then start moving those ideas into the diary and thinking about when you're going to post. That would be the best use of 30 minutes today that you could use so that you're planned and ready for when you go back. And I am a massive action taker. I love it when you take action, and I love it when you get shit done. So off you go get shit done, and I will see you all tomorrow back here at 10 a.m. Much love. Mwah. Take care.